Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Erica Wilson, the host of the Had to Happen show. You knew that you had to turn to God because He's the only one that could get you out.
Such a blessing to be able to sit with you, son.
You know, like in the isolation, sometimes we feel lonely or not being able to fit in, or this person is not going to bother with me or whatever. But that is the time when God says, "Be still."
Right.
And know that I am God. There you go. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm a single mom with 2 kids, struggling, rape victim, homeless, robbed at gunpoint. All those things had to happen to me to birth me for my purpose today. And that's why I'm standing here today giving back.
We knew then that we was on a long road to recovery. But I say that to say this. It had to happen.
Great day, great day, great day, everyone. We're here live today with the girl Erica Wilson, and it had to happen. Guys, our topic for today is life after football. However, I guess it's having a little difficulty by logging in, but I'm just going to go over a couple of things before I go ahead and give his introduction. My goodness. Yesterday's show, we had a travel nurse, which is like a daughter to me, a daughter from another, Miss Rochelle Bradley, that came on the show yesterday and shared so much valuable information on what to wear, like how to be cautious, just different things. And I'm sure that she blessed many of you on last night, not just with what she's doing, but her journey. Her journey where she never stops. She keep going to school, keep furthering her education. She just don't stop. And she quit her job, guys. Quit her job without even having another job. And then she said you had to take a step of faith. She said all you need is a size of a mustard seed. So she took a leap of faith, guys, and she just jumped right in there and did the things that she's doing right now. So she's definitely in school doing great things. So please do keep her lifted up in prayer as she's going out every day on the front line doing this pandemic. However, my guest just logged in, guys, and I just have to go ahead and read this introduction, guys, because my God, is he such an amazing young man. So let me tell you guys who I have sitting in the well, he's not in the studio with me, but he is remotely. However, Mr. Joshua L. Evans, I'm gonna call him Josh Evans, okay? Former Florida Gator, right? Oh my gosh, Josh, you know we from the U. Safety Josh Evans recently retired as a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Evans played for the Gators from 2009 to 2012 before he eventually being selected in the 6th round on the 2013 NFL draft by the Jaguars. Evans played with the Jags for 3 seasons from 2013 to 2015, but was ultimately being released in September of 2016. However, he was then signed by the Redskins in October, guys, of the same year. In 2019, Evans signed with the Orlando Apollos of the Alliance of America Football, which is the AAF, but the league shut down shortly after. While a member of the Gators, Evan played under both Urban Meyer and Will Muschamp. I hope I'm saying this name right. He started in 27 of the 47 games he appeared in and recorded an impressive 154 tackles. During his senior season, Evans really stood out, leading the team in tackles during 4 different games. In his final career game, 2013, the Sugar Bowl, Evans recorded an interception in a loss to Louisville. Evans talked about the transition from high school to college and his time in the University of Florida in an interview on Sports Scene hosted by Steve Russell. Guys, you could go and find that on YouTube. But Evans' career was wildly successful as a member of the Jaguars. Guys, I saw a video where he laid somebody out. You hear me? I didn't want to play it, but listen, yeah. As a rookie, he started in 11 games and recorded 54 tackles. Evans then continued to ascend in his second year as starting 14 games and appeared in all 16. He was also third on the team tackles and tied the lead in forced fumbles. In 2016, Evans and the Jaguars decided to go their separate ways. He then signed with the Redskins, which I said earlier, a few weeks after. And then here it is, walking away from the NFL. Evans decided to retire as a member of the Jaguars. Although two parted ways, he loves his time in Jacksonville and felt it was only appropriate to return for his retirement. So when Steve Russell asked him about his choice to retire and the challenges of the decision, Evan talked about listening to your mind, guys, and your body. Let me introduce to some and present to others the Mr. Joshua Evans. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
What's going on? What's going on? How's everything going?
Everything going good. I cannot complain. How about with you?
Hey, man, I'm blessed, highly favored, and happy to be on the show.
I know that's right. And it's such an honor to have you. And thank you for accepting my invitation for being here. And now that we heard that you have retired as an NFL player, we're going to jump into that a little bit. But before we do, tell the audience a little bit about who Josh Evans is.
Josh Evans, I'm a dad, a brother, an uncle, a God-fearing person, and somebody who's looking to strive for greatness. I believe in leaving a legacy behind, for me and mine, and just pushing to be better than I was the day before. That's who I am.
I know that's right. Wow. So welcome to fatherhood. I saw that beautiful daughter of yours. Oh my gosh. She's so gorgeous. She's so adorable.
Yeah,
But guys, we have here Josh Evans, guys. Not only a dad, not only an ex NFL, well, a pro football player, okay? But he decided to walk away and retire and didn't stop. He said he wants to teach people the growth, a mindset growth. As I said, a growth, mindset growth.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't just stop and say, okay, what it is that I'm going to do after football. Josh decided to take things further and opened up a fitness center here in Jacksonville where I need to be. And I think I told you that several times. So tell me, Josh, what made you open up that facility?
Well, I went through a very dark place, after not playing. I think anybody, we've all played since we were kids. I know I started when I was about 8, 9 years old. So, at 25, 26, the first time in my career where I got hurt, I got injured, my last year in DC, and I was out the season. So I went down a dark place, didn't know what to do. And at this point, I was slowly transitioning of what to do next. What do I get my hands on? What do I figure out next? What do I get myself involved with? And when you go down that dark path, you're really clueless. This is coming from a guy, who who never really, as athletes, we never really had jobs. We never really filled out resumes or, did things because we give so much to this game. We give so much time, energy, school, to where it takes away for you to have, the reality of experiencing that. But after a few months of going through my rehab and whatnot, I met a guy, which is my partner today, who was in the fitness industry. And he trained me, worked me out a few times. I went back to school, got certified to become a trainer. And from there, I felt confident to say, hey, man, I want to be able to open up a facility that I guess they didn't have when I was here training, and we ended up getting the paperwork right, ended up finding a great landlord at Jack's Beach. And from there, it was a wrap, man. We was able to open up, get things going. Took us a few months to get acclimated. But it actually ended up being a passion of mine to be able to help and educate the youth on what not to do, how to take care of your body, how to prevent injuries, and even, individuals just in life who's looking to get in shape, lose weight, overall health, definitely. And especially during the pandemic, we got a lot of health issues, what's going on. So the fitness industry is huge right now with people getting their life together, getting their overall health and trying to live a good life.
Wow, that is so great. So if one wants to find out more about your fitness center, could you please give information on how one could get in contact with you?
Yes, our website is levelupfitnessjacks.com, or you can get in contact with us via Instagram at levelupfitnessjacks.
Awesome. And like I told you before, I definitely need to be there even before the pandemic hit, But the thing with me, I just need an accountability partner,
Yes,
someone that's going to hold me
absolutely.
accountable. You have to do it, Erica. You need to do it. You're getting up in age, so it's time to get right. But guys, not only did Josh open a fitness center, Josh also has another passion, guys. He didn't tell us, which I didn't even know when you were playing for the Jaguars, that you like the piano. So what we're gonna do is we found this clip on you, and we're gonna play this clip, and we're just gonna talk about this clip because I watched it before you came in the green room, and I'm telling you, I was in tears because all this time when you were there with Alan, I never knew what this story displayed. So my heart, my condolences and all. I never knew that. But let's play this clip and find out Josh's other passion, guys.
Hello, everybody. The New England Patriots were crowned Super Bowl champions last Sunday in Atlanta. But if you're still craving football, there's a new league kicking off Saturday, the Alliance of American Football. Now, many of you might remember Josh Evans from his days of playing safety for our Jacksonville Jaguars. But tonight, you'll see a side of Josh you have not seen before as he opens up about his personal life, playing in this new league, and he explains why it is not just about trying to get back to the NFL.
I'm more than an athlete.
Josh Evans is in his element inside the living room of his Jacksonville home playing some of his favorite songs. Josh comes from a musically inclined family. His father, mother, and sisters, singers. His brother, a producer.
Playing the piano or just listening to music, it takes my mind off everything I'm going with. Definitely when I was playing ball here in Jacksonville.
Evans played for the Jags for 3 seasons before the Big Cats released him in 2016. He then signed with the Washington Redskins before being released in 2017 after suffering a quad injury.
It's tough. It's tough. And I really don't watch a lot of football. It's hard to watch when you're not playing it.
But Josh has had to face even tougher challenges.
To walk in, 13-year-old kid, and to see your mom dying in front of you, what more could you really say to see that at that magnitude at 13 years old? It just put me in a whole different mindset.
Josh's mom lost her battle with ovarian cancer.
It was the worst thing, the worst thing that could ever happen.
But he says she fought hard and loved her baby boy to the very end.
And she got off her deathbed, still made sure I ate, still made sure I was good, still rubbed my back. I'm 13, I'm able to do more for myself, but she still was a mom. So from that, I just had a found appreciation for women to see how strong they really are compared to us men.
Josh is now drawing from that strength as he preps to play in the Alliance of American Football League for the Orlando Apollos. It's his second chance at maybe getting back to the NFL.
But I'm at a point now where you know, I feel like with me still being young, I got the physicality. I still feel good enough to play. Whether I make it back or not, it's just me really giving it another shot to see what can happen from it. And if not, you know, wash my hands with it and enjoy life.
The kid who was doubted told he was not fast enough. He never played Division I football or in the NFL, just wants to shine for his mom.
So each day I'm challenging myself to be better than the day I was the day before. I think my mom would be very proud of the Josh now.
And Josh isn't that bad. Josh says he started playing the piano as a freshman in high school. By the way, he currently owns 2 businesses here locally, and he says his #1 focus is being a successful entrepreneur. You can see Josh in action this Saturday night at 8 o'clock when his Orlando Apollos face the Atlanta Legends at home.
Wow, Josh, your mother was beautiful. Picture perfect. Picture perfect. My gosh, she was a beautiful woman, and I can see where you get your strength from. Because as you were speaking in that video, you said that even on her dying bed, she would still make sure that you were okay.
Yep.
That's, yeah.
Yep.
So I can see where you get your strength from, you know, and you were never a person when you was here with the Jaguars. You were never one of the loud people. You were a very, very humble young man. You know, you saw you, but you didn't really hear you. And that speaks volume because so many people like to be heard and not seen. And
Correct.
I really say salute to you, King, for the way that you carry yourself. Your integrity, your character is all that. And I can see where it comes from. So tell us, where did this passion for the piano come from?
You know, in the video, as y'all saw, you know, my dad and mom were both singers. My dad was in a singing group growing up. My mom was also in the singing group growing up. So I kind of grew up in a musical home, a good Christian classic home, where they, you know, would sing gospel songs all day and play around on the piano and do things. My aunt also played the piano. Um, but I remember in high school, it was a guy in my music class, and I swear he never went to class. He played the piano all day. And I realized he was playing without a musical script. So at this time, I always thought in order to play the piano or instrument, you always had to have a musical script in front of you. And I asked him, I said, hey, you know, how are you playing with nothing in front? And he was like, I play by ear. And at this time, I was just learning how to play a little bit. I didn't know what playing by ear meant. And he kind of showed me a few things, and I had like a little keyboard at the house. And from there, I actually established not too long from that an ear for music, where I was able to learn how to play the piano with not reading music. And to this day, I can kind of hear it and be able to pick it up by hearing it and not really, you know, playing off a script. I actually never even learned how to play off a script. I actually learned by ear. So I think we all got God-given abilities and talent, man, that we're blessed with to kind of learn how to pick up things with not even having a script in front of us. And I think we all got that uniqueness to us.
Yes, absolutely. My goodness. That is so awesome. So you took us back to your high school years, right?
Hmm.
And I saw a track picture. Did you run track?
Yes,
How many years did
yes.
you run track?
I ran track 3 years and in high school. I ran a little bit my freshman year, but stopped and then came back sophomore year, junior year, and actually ended up being, you know, pretty good at it.
All right, now, as you anything else you do that I can say. So moving along, how did you end up a Gator? Josh.
So, to be honest, you know, coming from New Jersey, you know, I'm a city boy, you know, so to come all the way from New Jersey to Florida was definitely a big transition in my life, definitely a culture shock. Um, but I will say Urban Meyer and them guys do a great job recruiting. In the last, I want to say 3 years in a row, they was able to get the #1 guys from New Jersey. I think 2 years before I came, Justin Tratow was the #1 defensive lineman in the nation. The year after that, Will Hill was the #1 athlete, um, athlete in New Jersey, and athlete in the nation. And then my senior year, I was the #1 athlete in New Jersey and ranked in the nation as well. So I think they just had a thing for, you know, some of those Jersey kids coming out and ended up being down here and actually liking it and staying down here.
Absolutely. So who would you say is your biggest rivalry? Would you say it's the U or FSU? The
I'm gonna say
Gators' biggest
FSU.
rivalry.
When I was at Florida, I never got a chance to play Miami. They played Miami, I think, a year or two after I left. Because that Miami game a big game, but it's like every 5-6
Yes.
years or something like that they play. So Florida State definitely was a rivalry game.
And how was that like going to their town? Because I know us traveling there, oh my God, it was crazy. So just
Yeah.
tell us, how was it when you went up into
Oh,
Tallahassee?
it's always intense. It's like a hate week. You know what I mean? It's kind of like who's the baddest man on campus, who's the best team in the state, who's better at this, better at that. So it's always intense. Social media crazy, the trash talking people are talking up the week before the game and the week of the game. Yeah, it's definitely crazy in Tallahassee during that week. And it's always around like that Thanksgiving. So it's like, a little break coming with that. So it's intense.
Oh, I'm sure. Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit about your mom. We like to talk a little bit about the pain, but we don't like to stay there because I want them to see how you came out of the pain, because there may be someone that have experienced the same thing that you experienced and need to know how to get out. So
Right.
being though you say you watch your mom pass away, which
Right.
has to be the hardest thing to do, especially for boys are like this with their mom. Am I not
Absolutely.
right?
You are right on.
And not that you're not, yeah, not that, dad don't matter, but it's nothing like a mother son bond, right?
Right.
So seeing that, experiencing that, um, walk us through your healing process.
Ooh, and this is a very, touchy topic, but people need to hear it, and people need to understand it. The healing process ain't easy. When you lose the first person who shows you love, the first person who says, I love you, the first person who shows you how to walk, talk, do all these things. I mean, it shows you, what women are capable of doing. And as a man, and growing up and seeing that is like, even in that video, like I've grown to have such an appreciation for women, because I think if you flip the script, I don't think men are as nurturing as women, nor do men have a clue of what y'all really deal with and what y'all go through with raising a kid. And now being a parent, and having a daughter, oh man, it's time consuming. It's loving. I love my daughter to death, but it's like it's different, raising a kid and understanding what it's like being a parent. But back to the healing process. It took me a long time. And
Can't hear
out.
you.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Yes.
got somebody called in, but nah, it took a while during the healing process. It took me years to kind of come to my senses and understand what was going on. A lot of things that people don't know.
Can't hear you. No. Guys, please bear with us. No. Guys, please bear with us. No. Can't hear you. Did you hit mute? Yeah, I mean, we can't hear you, but you probably can hear me. So it's something that you did on your phone. Guys, please do bear with us. But guys, as you can see, we have Josh Evans here, which is a retired Jacksonville Jaguar. And I'm so grateful that he accepted my invitation to come on the show. All right, we have Josh back. Let's see if we can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
I'm
yes,
sorry. Someone was calling in and I was trying to end
it's
the call.
okay.
So I apologize. Yeah, so kind of
Okay.
stepping back into the healing process. It took me a long time, to heal from it. So many signs and things that I ignored, and didn't know what it was. I remember getting counseling in college, as I was going through the healing process. At 18, it's the first time I'm on my own, as a teenager, as a young man, and you in college and you're not in state, you're not with your family. The women who in my life that told me she loved me, the one that hugged me, the one that made me feel better, the one that put a band-aid on me if I ever got hurt. I don't have that no more. So you lose that. And when you lose that, you lose kind of a part of yourself. But it was just certain things I battled with in college where I couldn't sleep, or I had nightmares, or I had cold sweats. I didn't know those were signs of PTSD or things that I dealt with. And I never felt comfortable to get help. Got help one time, got a little bit of therapy, and wasn't really close with the therapist at the time. So I still was ignoring my issues. And as I got older and realized, man, I'm battling things that I can't control nor have understanding of, it took for me to really dig deep within myself and reach out to get help again. Definitely having a kid and seeing what's going on in the world today with younger athletes who are battling depression, anxiety, and some of the things that, we all deal with, who are not speaking up. People are dying young. Vincent Jackson, I hate to bring it up. I mean, 37 years old. These are young adults we're talking about. So mental health is serious, and I battled a lot of mental health issues that I never spoke about, never felt comfortable. And I was that person who, tried to act like all was well, kept a smile on my face, but was hurting on the inside, was torn, was burnt on the inside, and never, felt like people would understand me. But yeah, I got to a point, man, where I was able to build up the confidence to seek for help. Got a great therapist now where I'm able to vent, express myself, be a better parent, be a better dad, be a better overall person of being able to release things that triggered me since I was 13 years old. I never knew seeing my mom die in front of me would scar me even as a man. I never knew that these were things that I have such a big effect on how I love, right? How do I go about relationships? How do I meet people? Like how uncomfortable it is to love something and feel like something can be taken away from you. Um, but as you identify these issues about yourself and you finally get the help you need, man, I think it opened up a different light for you to be able to commit to certain things, for you to be more understanding, for you to gain more clarity and realize you're not the only one who's hurting. You're not the only one who's been through such a dramatic thing in your life. We've all been through something. We all got stories. And I think it's just finding a good circle of friends, family, and people, who love and care about you, who's going to tell you the truth about yourself and, ride out with you when you go through
Right.
these times. But it was definitely one of the hardest things that I had to deal with. Um, I'm more comfortable now, speaking up about this. A few years ago, I'd have never spoke about some of my mental illness or my mental issues, but it's real, and I think the younger guys, the younger people need to hear it and need to understand that, stop boxing yourself in. Eventually you're going to explode. Eventually you're going to go off. Eventually one thing going to turn into another. Sometimes it turns into alcoholism. Sometimes it turns into drugs and other addictions. So, love yourself, love who you are, but be real with yourself at the same time.
My God. And, hearing you speak about the situation and the mental illness, a lot of times in the Black communities, we don't even talk about that or even go seek the help that we need. And also, you spoke about, it affected the way that you love. Like you love this person got taken away from, got took away from you, and now you're scared to love again because
Right.
this person could possibly get taken away as well. And I'm glad that, my God, that you came on the show because you're speaking to me. You're speaking to me. My father passed away when I was a young girl, you know. That was the man of my life,
Mhm.
like your first love. So I believe that's part of the reason now that I'm not married because I could push some people away when I think that they're getting too close. I know I could push
Right.
some people away. Have you ever done that before?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You
I
ever?
think it's
Hmm.
a fear, it's a fear because it's like, it's weird, even me, like, whether it's women my age, whether you're dating, whether it's an older lady who see me as a son, and if she tend to start saying, "Hey, son," I disconnect because there's a fear of, I feel like we're getting too close. You get what I'm saying? You calling me son is like, sometimes I tend to not know how to even react to those situations because it's been so long since my actual mom been able to call me son. So it takes a while to kind of get over that hump and accept things for what it is. But I will say there's no secret. There's no magical thing for healing. Healing is time for me. It's all timing, and we all got our own timing on when we're done healing with things. I'm 30 and I'm still healing. You know what I mean? It's happened at 13. I'm still overcoming it. And every now and as a grown man, I have my moments. I have my moments where I'm emotional. I have my moments where I'm hurt or I'm torn because I don't know what it's like for my mom to say, hey, this is how you love, son. This is what a woman needs. This is how you go about taking care of a woman. And a dad can't give you that. You see what I'm saying? A father can only tell you from his experiences, but sometimes as young men, we need our moms. We need a woman figure as well as we need a male figure on how to do things and how to be a man. And when you look at a lot of us, who raises a young man? Sometimes it's a woman that raised these young men, on things like that. And also, too, I think moms, who were really hands on with their kids, you set the tempo and the standard for what it's like to see a woman. Okay. You know what I mean? To see a grown woman. So to know how my mother loved me and how unconditional it was, to see how my mother was dying and I didn't know what was going on, but I still ate breakfast, lunch, dinner, the way she took care of me, she put me first. And it gave me chills to talk about it. Like she put me first. Like regardless of what I was going through or what she was going through, her mission statement was to be a mom first. Okay, so when you put your kids before you, when you put how someone else feels before yourself, it's just a different level of respect. And as a kid, I didn't even appreciate it as much because I didn't know what was going on. You know what I mean? I didn't know what that meant. And now I'm a grown man and I can't get that back. And it bothers me to this day. Because you know what? Even as a man, sometimes I want to lay my head on my mom and say, I love you. Sometimes I want to talk about my day. Sometimes I want to be weak. Sometimes I want to be emotional and just express myself and talk about what I'm dealing with, what I'm going through. But when you're taught as a young man, get up, be tough, be strong, fight through. Imagine that. Imagine that from 8 to 9 years old. Anytime that sounds like some sort of weakness, you're taught to be strong. You're taught to not be a B word. You get what I'm saying? You're taught to fight through and be this magical man. Like I don't think people understand the standard of what us men really have to deal with in this world in America. Like the pressure on men to be a man, right? To be a leader, to be a protector, to be this guy, and you struggling with mental stuff, you struggling with things you can't comprehend because you're so caught up in this stereotype, a standard of being a man, right? That you get lost. You get lost in this world. You get lost in this world, man. But I'm telling you, I really do once again appreciate you having me here. I see how you are with your son, and it honestly, when I did see it and why I distanced, it was a little bit of jealousy because I can't have that no more. I see how you are with Alan, and it bothers me. I saw how Jonathan Cyprian mother and him was, and I cried. Like it bothered me because I can't get that back. I can't get those hugs. I can't buy my mom that house no more. And for years, I kind of struggled with that because it's like, damn, all I ever wanted to do was be able to show my appreciation. And my appreciation was to say, Mama, I made it. And, I want to be able to express this with you, and show you this. So, that healing process is tough and can nobody to this day ever replace what my mom did or come close to it. And I tip my hats off to all the moms who are raising their child. Definitely being a single parent. Lord have mercy. I'm not even cut to be a single parent. It's so much that come with it. And I can honestly say, like, my respect level is on 1,000 for the people or individuals who do that, who unselfishly put someone before them and go above and beyond and see them off. And I'm sure you understand that firsthand because I know you went above and beyond to make sure Alan got the best education and make sure if anything ever popped up, you was his protector, you was his provider, you was the person that did everything. And he's so smart and unique in what he do, man. And we need that. We do. As men, as strong men, we need strong women as well in our life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I do get what you're saying, but let me tell you something. Your strength. You never displayed anything. That's why I say people have to be so careful of how they treat people because you could have been going through that And somebody could have said something to you, being in the football industry, you have ups, you have downs. You're going to have some good days, you're going to have some bad days. And just to see the way fans just rag on these players and not even knowing some of the things that they're dealing with.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? You could heard something that someone said, and it could have just triggered something, and you could have just lost it, but you kept your composure. And every day you walk, every single day you walk, your mom is right there with you. You're displaying her strength. So she's with you. She may be absent from the body, but she's present with the Lord, and she's your personal angel. So if you do have someone that do come along, and like you say, if that person was to show you too much love, you back away. I can relate. But at the same time, too, you how can I say it? You have, like, I'm the type of person. Yes, Alan and Daryl is my son, but I was always the team mom. I was
Right.
always a team mom. Like, I could never replace your mom ever. You understand? But
Right.
I know that the nurturing, the love, the ear that one needs to hear, I know that I can be that. Or maybe anybody else God brought in your path.
Right.
Jonathan Cyprian mom, she was amazing too.
Right. Right.
But my thing, sometimes the enemy have our mind so boggled, and you said you used to feel a little jealous, and I used to always wonder, like, why was you so distant? But you never was disrespectful. You
Right.
just was a
Right.
little distant, But at the same time, too, people need to understand that yes, you guys are humans too. You guys have weak moments too. Men have weak moments as well.
Absolutely.
What women need to learn how to do is speak life into their men. Look at you.
Yes.
You're dealing with a situation. So God
Yeah.
had to place somebody strong in your life to be able to, you know, deal with that and be able to speak. Like, you guys deal with so much athletes. Let's go there. You guys have to go on that field, perform. You have to get the job, first of all.
Right.
You can be drafted, but you still have to get that job. And now you're
Correct.
doing all of this, and here it is, I got to come home to you nagging me. Are you
Yep.
talking down on me? You need to
Yep.
edify the man. You need to tear him down. And that's one of the things that we have to do as women, learn how to speak life into our men. Look at, there's so much mental illness going on. It don't care who it attack. It don't
Right.
care how much money you have. It don't care where you come from. It happens. So what do you do? And the reason why I said that I touched on that topic, because here at it had to happen, is my journey, my pain, my purpose. So in the middle of your pain, you was being built for a purpose. And you say you go back and you pour into other young men. Other young men is going to look up to you because, one, how you carry yourself. And I'm almost about to call you son because I'm just used to it. They're gonna look at how you carry yourself. And I'm gonna call you son, and I hope it don't push you away. You ain't going
Nah,
nowhere.
you.
I just tell
I'm.
my
I'm.
daddy about
I'm
you.
good
That's all
now.
I do. Yes, I had to get that smile, but the way you carry yourself, you done been through some things, so you could tell some people how to get through some things,
Right.
and that's what we need for our youth, for people like you with great character and all of that, to go back and pour into we losing our kids.
Definitely.
We're losing our kids. Not only that, you spoke about the young man, 37 years old,
Yep.
mental illness.
Yep.
Probably showed signs and
Mhm.
nobody ever picked up,
Nope.
because we're so judgmental.
We
People are
are.
so judgmental. Yeah.
We are.
Just because I don't deal with something how you may deal with it, something got to be wrong with me.
Yep.
You understand? And study
Yep.
paying attention to the signs. And the best part that you said was the support system. Support
Yep.
system, you definitely have to have that.
Well, you got to
You
look at it like you said. The biggest question of why is that? Why do men deal with things and struggle with expressing it? And I see it starting as a kid, right? I have a daughter. If she fall, I pick her up, I give her a kiss. Baby, are you okay? You see what I'm saying? Like, you tend to her needs, you tend to what it is she going on. And honestly, it wouldn't be the same if I had a son. It'd be, hey man, get up. You know what I mean? All right, brush it off. You see what I'm saying? Because you're taught to be tough, right? You're taught to, take that next step. And I think men fear is for their sons to be weak, in the world, because we live in a cold world. So you gotta have tough skin. You know what I mean? Definitely with everything that's going on now, you gotta have tough skin, but it gotta be a balance of knowing when to be tough and knowing when to be loving. And I think as men, we lack that, and not only do we lack it, our parents lack that. I know my dad, like, he's so old school with things to where he shows a tough love. I know he loved me, but sometimes it's hard for him to learn how to express it. My dad didn't know how to really say, "All right, son, I love you," until my mom died. And he felt,
Jesus.
he had to say it now. So we got to figure out these whys. We got to be more open. We need more people speaking out, more people talking about it, more people getting comfortable, about these situations. Like I said, it took me to 30, to finally get comfortable, to not really care about perception, not care about what somebody think of me, right? That's what we all worry about. Oh, this person going to
Yes.
talk about me. Oh, this person going to look at me this way. Oh, this person going to think I'm crazy, right? Like, I've never told nobody about my PTSD issues. I've always quiet, always put on a smile. And I also want to apologize. I want to apologize to you because it wasn't something I did to be like to mean any harm. Like, far as my jealousy or anything, I kept distance. You've always been amazing, mom, and it's not nothing with you. I just could like, it was just the hurt and hatred I had in my own heart of seeing
Yeah.
other men, young men my age, with their moms, and I could never have that. So for me, I would always be in my own world. I always distant myself. And there's been times you reached out and you said, "Hey, you'll check on me." Always been sweet, always been respectful, never did anything. And I never had no cruel intent behind it. I just mentally wasn't in a space to be able to accept it. I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to tell you, "Hey, I'm hurting." You know what I mean? Like, to see you kiss your son and see you come to these games, every game, never miss a game, like, that hurts me because I could never have that. I just never knew how to speak up and say, "Hey, like, when I see this, I'm happy, but also hurting at the same time because I want that." You know what I mean? I want to
Jesus.
come after a game I had a good game and hug and kiss my mom. I remember a moment where I don't even think you made me cry in this moment, and I'm telling you this because we never spoke about it. I had
What?
got hurt. Me and Alan got hurt in the same game. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. We got hurt in the same game. I forget what team it was, whether it was Atlanta or whatever. Uh, we both ended up having a concussion or something like that, and my dad was at the game. Here's the thing, my dad was at the game, and I think my sister was at the game, and I went in, they brought me in, I was like kind of knocked out for a little bit. Allen got hurt, and I think he had I don't know if he had a concussion or an ankle knee problem. And I remember hearing you in the hallway crying because of what happened to him, and you wasn't aware of what was going on, that it made me cry.
Mm.
I cried because it's like, damn, I knew how you felt for your son to be hurt in the field, but I cried because my dad they didn't come down and check on me. And I was hurt. So it was like, damn, like, had my mom been here, she would be in that hallway crying with you. And that's a fact. But these are moments we don't know. You didn't know I heard that. You didn't know that I knew you was in that hallway. As soon as they said he went down, you was right there. Okay. You want not a second went back. Like, literally, I came in and he came in. So these are moments we never forget. These are moments I don't forget. You get what I'm saying? Where I'm like, damn, I know my mother be in that hallway crying right now, and if something happened to her son, but being a dad and you want to, he'll be all right. He'll get back to it. They didn't know what was going on with me. They kind of let it rock, but I want to let you know that. And also wanted to say again, I do apologize. It was nothing you ever did to me. It was just my own mental illness that I was dealing with, of healing, of not knowing how to cope with it, of wanting my mom, of wanting to be able to make her happy, and to see, like I said, you and Jonathan Cyprian mom and all the other guys who had their moms in their lives. It was just always a part of me that always questioned, well, God, why I don't have mine? Why am I here? Why did I have to see my mother struggle, go through chemo, go bald, went from a beautiful woman to somebody fighting for their life? God fearing, went to church all the time, prayed all the time, was a praying warrior, went through everything, hell and hot water, and she suffered. She suffered, and to see her go through that, I just wasn't in the mental space to accept love from anybody. Like, I was just in a weird place, man. And I think now that I'm able to acknowledge it and able to be more outspoken about it, hopefully, this will open up doors for people who go through their healing process, to not take nothing out personal with nobody else. It's just figuring out, how do I get through it? How do I battle that? How do I receive love and give love? Because for the longest, I couldn't receive it and I couldn't really give it. I was numb for a long time and couldn't understand why. But I wanted to get that off my chest and let what was going on.
No need to apologize. I mean, I totally get it. But I tell you what, that was then, this is now. We could take two steps forward. We won't go back. Whatever
Absolutely.
we can make happen moving forward, just know I'm not trying to replace your mom. I can never replace your mom, but I can be that godmother that you need, that ear that you need, that prayer warrior that you need. You understand? So do know that I totally, totally get it. But Josh, no, I had absolutely no clue that you heard that. And I remember exactly what game you're talking about because that was on his birthday. That was on
Oh,
his birthday. Yeah.
it's crazy. See, you know exactly
And
what
it
I'm
was the
talking about.
ankle.
Yep, yeah, it was
Yeah,
the
I
ankle.
know.
It was the injury. I remember that.
Yeah, it was the
You set it
ankle.
off.
It
I thought you was
definitely
about to take
was. And
somebody out in that hallway.
you know what? Oh my God. It is so good to be able to laugh through the pain because,
Right,
sometimes there's no amount of time, like you say, it takes to heal. I don't think you could ever heal fully from
right,
losing
right.
your mom. But you just learn to cope with it. And I thank God for you, son, because you're here, you're speaking about it now. And I'm so honored. I didn't even want to I wanted to focus on your retirement,
Right,
but
right,
God took you here because there's
right.
definitely somebody out there that needs to hear. But Josh, let me tell you, I had a conference in Miami before COVID robbed us called Bent Not Broken. You have to be my male speaker. You
Oh yeah,
have to be my male
yes.
speaker when I
I'm ready.
started back up. But guys, this is Mr. Josh Evans here, doing great things. Let me just roll a couple of pictures of Mr. Clean here because when he step. Yes, he do. So let's go ahead and roll those pictures of Mr. Josh Evans. Look at that, guys. Yes, son. I know that's right. I know that. Yes, Legends Community. I know that's right. You better show them, son. All right,
Man.
let's go ahead and roll that Jaguar picture, number 26, guys.
Good
Yes,
days.
yes, yes. You know what? I'm gonna definitely have to bring you back because it's already 5:19 and I haven't even touched where I really wanted to touch. But God have His
We
way.
got deep.
That's
We got
just the
deep
way
today.
that
We
He
got real
do
deep.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got deep.
yeah. And that's the thing, I mean, you had me up here crying because the thing about it is so many people take their mother for granted.
Right,
So
right.
many people take their parents for granted. And the thing
Yep.
about it is, we're gonna move along from that. Let's go to the comments because we want to see what the audience is saying to you because we could not do this without the audience. So let's go. Let's put some
Get
comments
it.
up on the screen. Shannon Jaguars Diva, big Jaguar fan. She says powerful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Queen Selena, all the way from Live Oak, Florida. She said, bless you, and I can relate. Only God can bring you through, and He will.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
My daughter from another. Look, see, I'm always picking up here. You know that, right?
Oh yeah,
My daughter from another, she said, yes, you better speak on it. Gems. Oh,
Hmm.
who do we? And she said again, let us pray for this man, protect him, and love on him.
Oh yeah, we need
Definitely.
it. We
Thank
all
you,
need some
daughter.
loving. We all
Yes.
need some loving.
Hmm. Yes, we do. I understand. I lost my mom to cancer. You won't forget, but it will get better. That's Miss
Oh yeah.
Selena again.
Hmm.
Shannon said you were one of her favorite players.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, Selena says your mother went above and beyond when you was young to prepare you for. Oh, hallelujah, Jesus.
Mm.
Your mother went above and beyond when you was young to prepare you for today, to be the
Mm.
well-groomed young man you are today. Glory be to God. She
Oh
is
yeah,
still with you because
absolutely.
of all of her words she instilled in you. You are living through your
These
mother.
are
Come on
facts.
now.
These are
Yes,
facts.
thank you, Queen. Thank
Thanks, Quinn. I appreciate
my
that.
daughter. She says, she says, giving very much. Classic man. Yeah, he wear them suits, y'all. He cleaned up very nice,
Yeah,
very
they got
well.
some heat in these comments. They
My
got some heat.
daughter says, we never get over losing our mom. We just learn to deal with it. So go ahead and speak to the audience and, love on them as they're loving on you,
Nah,
Josh.
definitely. I appreciate all the love in the comments, and I think we need more of that. You know, we need to be picked up. We need to be real, um, and it start, man. It start with us all. You know, we got to love each other more, you know, definitely as humans, as parents, as friends. You know, it goes a long way, you know, because when you grow up, we all come from some sort of broken places or something. We all lost somebody, you know, we all lost a loved one, you know, for the people who did lose a parent, you know, to cancer. And mine, you know, mine's had ovarian cancer. Like it's tough, you know. A piece of you is torn when you lose someone so close to you. So I think for the people that can relate to that, understand that we do things unintentionally. Like I don't mean to do it, but I can't express it. I can't tell you. I don't know yet why I'm this way. But the best thing we can all do is try to get help. You know, try to get help and figure out, you know, what's going on with us. And one quote I want to mention about that, you know, at the rookie symposium back in 2013, I was quiet at the symposium, and this was like a course where they was trying to have everybody mingle and tell them something about themselves. And the guy was like, Josh, I noticed you was quiet. You didn't really speak much to nobody. And I was like, oh, I'm just a quiet person. And he was like, well, we all got a story. What's your story? So I told him a little bit. It was like, hey, you know, I lost my mom, and I just feel like no one really understands me, you know, nor can they walk in my shoes. And he said something so powerful and it stuck with me to this day. And he was like, Josh, you gotta understand, nobody will ever walk in your shoes. And I think that goes for everybody who lost someone or dealt with something in their life. No one will ever walk in your shoes, but respect and appreciate those who's willing to walk with you. You know, and that's kind of been the
Come
story of
on.
my life. I had to respect and appreciate those who was willing to walk with me during my pain, during the suffering, during the things, you know, the nights I cried, you know, not having my mom and wanting that, and you know, a bunch of questions, you know, that you ask, why you know, why this happened. And you know, I think that's something we all need to look ourselves in the mirror and you know, reach out to those people who was there, you know, who gave us those hugs, who told us, you know, at some point there'd be better days. Because the thing is, it's never going to be the same. You lose a mom, you lose a parent, you lose someone close, it will never be the same, you know. But time will heal, and eventually you will have better days. So appreciate the love in the comments. It means a lot.
Wow. And as you were here speaking, I have this mom and son that's on here. Mr. Elvin said he's taking notes. Keep up the good work. He said he's a big, huge, oh, well, you're gay. I'm sorry. But he's a big, huge you fan. But him and his mom they're like this, Josh.
Nice, nice.
And as you were speaking, that's Miss Selena's son, Mr. Elvin. As you were speaking, it took me back to those two and how close their relationship is. And again, like I said, so many people take their parents for granted. Not just their parents, we take people,
Right,
great people, good
right.
people, we take for granted, just overall. And the
No, you
thing
do.
is, we need to focus on the love these days.
Mm,
The hurt, it happens,
yeah,
not just losing a parent, any type of hurt, whether it's any kind of relationship, any type of ship, friendship,
yeah.
relationship, whatever it is, you're going to experience hurt because God never said it won't be bad. He never said
Correct,
that we won't go through the hurt. He just
correct.
said he'll never leave us nor forsake. That's what he said at his
Absolutely.
word. But at the end of the day, what do you do? Do you focus on that hurt, or do you focus on the person that's loving you? What I'm saying, are you focusing on the past hurt, or are you focused on the one that's loving you now? Like, how is it your dating life now? Because I know you have a daughter and a beautiful
Right.
baby mother. Oh, yes. So, how is that?
It's challenging, you know, and it is different. You know, I think you know, having a daughter has changed my life in so many ways. Having my daughter is the reason why I have a therapist now, because I never want to fall victim
Mm-hmm.
to becoming somebody who slip into becoming an alcoholic because of depression or anxiety or things that we deal with. Um, so I want to be better for her. You know, I want to be healthy for her, and that kind of ties into with the gym I own. You know, making sure that I'm working out, I'm staying on top of it. As far as with relationships, and I'm sure we all can attest to this, you know, relationships are just challenging, period. You know what I mean? Everybody got
Mm-hmm.
they ups and downs. You know, there's no such thing as a perfect person or a perfect relationship. I think
Tell me
we're in
about it.
a era now where, you know, having clarity and understanding, you know, of what each individual deal with. But I will say, when you can't really express yourself, when you can't really identify what you're dealing with, is not fears of the person you are with that's supposed to be understanding of something you can't even explain. And that's been the story of my life, you know, for the last few years, you know, with dating and meeting people. You don't know, you know, how to express that. And now I'm getting better at realizing, oh, well, this is what's causing that, you know, and it's not an excuse, it's just real stuff, it's real life. It's something I dealt with and I'm getting better at it. And
Yeah.
now you're able to be more vocal to say, hey, you know, these are my trigger points. Hey, this is what bothered me. Hey, I don't like this. I don't like that. You know, be more vocal, be more outspoken in these relationships, and tell people what you like, what you don't like, identify your wants and needs, you know, in your relationships. But yeah, I think me growing into the young man I am now, me being real with myself, me knowing my strengths, my weaknesses, me identifying what my issues, uh, I think it's made me better. You know, a statement that one of my college coaches made a few years ago, well, almost a decade ago. I live with it by this day. It makes so much sense, but I didn't understand it then. He said, "You got to get yourself in order before you get your world in order." And I had no order
Mm-hmm.
for a while. So who am I to get anybody else in order, you know, when I don't have order? Who am I to get somebody else in shape when I'm not in shape? So I got to keep watering my plant first. This plant got to grow. I got to better myself before I can better anyone else. And I'm just, you know, so big on this growth mindset now and of growing, you know, growing and teaching others and being real about things I failed at, things that I did wrong, things that I wasn't good at, right? Nobody want to hear all the great things you do, right? That's cool. You're great at this, but let's be real. You know, what's the struggle? What
Yes.
is like? You know, what's the real you? You know, and sometimes with being an athlete, you're in character 24/7. I'm tired of being fake. I'm tired of giving these generic answers stuff for what people want to see, right? I want to be real. I want to be authentic. I want to express myself and speak exactly how I feel, blunt, raw, and uncut, and accept me for what it is or don't like me at all. But that's just the truth. You know, that's just the truth of what it is and what we are today.
Let me tell you something. That was a service all by itself. You just preached. You just preached. And I know you have to, I'm telling you, we have to hear all about your retirement, what made you retire, but we're at 5:29 right now. I definitely, come on, you have to go back on and book so we can have a part two to this, because today was like a learning process for us all. And I'm sure a lot of us and a lot of your fans that's on here hearing things like, oh my gosh, like I never even knew that he went through that, because right before you came on, I literally found that video, and I never knew that.
Right,
I
right.
never knew that. So I'm saying to myself, oh my God, I have to play this. And I'm telling you, your, let me tell you, yeah, you shedding so much light on so many different areas. You've shedded so many lights on so many different areas that I'm sure everybody that's in here is walking away with something, Josh. They're walking away with something. So, guys, I don't mean to cheat you guys, but I'm sure that you enjoyed this topic on today. But we will bring Mr. Evans back, and he will talk all about his retirement.
Yep.
And we'll just go more in depth on his career itself. But now you guys got to know the real Josh
Yes.
Evans. Like
Real.
he said, he got tired of being fake. He wants to be his authentic self. And that's what I say, be real. Whatever. Don't ask me nothing if you don't want to know.
Okay.
Because I'm going to tell you. You
Okay.
understand? And like you say,
Right.
like me if you won't. what I like to say, I say, like me, love me, but miss me with the hate, you
Correct.
know. But sometimes people can't take real Josh, you
Right.
know. So I'm glad that you're in this space, son. I am so, so glad that you're in this space. Not only did you bless the audience, but you definitely blessed me as well. And we're going to talk afterwards. I'm going to be giving you a call. Maybe not
Uh,
today because I need to process this, but you kind of
yeah,
shed so much light for me. And I'm telling you, I totally, totally appreciate you accepting this invitation. It was such an honor to have you on today. My Norma says, continue to focus on self healing, Josh.
absolutely.
And she said, this was definitely God's work. Valencia said, this was definitely God's work. Thank you both. You know, and that's why I try to bring people on. It had to happen because we don't never know why the it's happened in our life, but we just know that it's birthed us for our purpose. And now you want to share this growth mindset, which I want to get in a little bit of that too,
Yeah,
you
we're
know,
gonna get
because
to it.
people think because you're older, you can't learn from the younger. Yes, you can. Yes,
Absolutely.
you can. Every day is a learning process.
Absolutely.
Every single day, you know. So definitely I want to talk with you. Thank you again. I cannot appreciate it. So I mean, I do appreciate it. I'm sorry. But if there was anything that you could leave with our audience on today, son, what would it be?
Ooh, I'm gonna leave y'all with something I live with every day. Something that changed my life. Something that keeps me stable. Okay. He or she who angers you, controls you, never give anyone the satisfaction of a reaction. Be blessed, take care, stay in control of yourself. Love y'all.
Y'all better pass the offering plate. I know that's right, son. I know
Oh
that's
yeah.
right. But
Powerful.
guys, you're here live today with your girl Erica Wilson, and it had to happen for I'm so caught up right now. The topic today was life after football, but God just have his way every time. And we're not mad at him, but we definitely will be bringing Mr. Evans back on so you guys can hear about his collegiate years and leading up to his retirement and what he's doing afterwards. Because I definitely want to get people involved with your growth mindset because I'm telling you, you can bless a whole lot of people. And what you just said, that is so profound. But
Yeah.
guys, thank you to the audience. We cannot do this without you, you, and you. We're forever grateful for you always tuning in here at It Had to Happen. Josh, you don't even know what the meaning of this is. If I was to even tell you a piece of what this is, you'll get a better understanding of why I am the way that I am. You know, but we definitely will talk. Guys, meet
Yeah.
us back here on Mondays. We have a prayer broadcast, son. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you something. That prayer broadcast, we have it every Monday at 5:30 with the Bishop Kenny Berry and the beautiful Satara J as well. I don't know why I'm tearing up, but as well as my producer, she got some, you know, full of word too, Josh. And we
Nice.
have it every Monday at 5:30. So guys, go on and now God's willing, meet us back here at 5:30. If you would like to book for the show, please do go to my website at www.ericawilsonih2h.com. Again, www.ericawilsonih2h.com. Guys, share this broadcast. Not only share this broadcast, but go back and rewatch because, man, did Mr. Evans drop some jewels on us today. Listen, and if one needs to get in contact with you, please tell us again your social media outlets really quick.
Yeah, if need to get in contact with me, you can catch me at JAY_E_26 on Instagram. Joshua Evans on Facebook. Business page, Level Up Fitness Jacks.
Do support his business, guys. Let me tell you, he be getting it in. I witnessed it, but only on Instagram. I haven't been there yet, guys. But I'm gonna make it, son. I'll tell you, I'm really gonna make it. So we're gonna send you out some virtual hugs, guys, and some virtual love. And son, I love you.
Love you
I
too. I
love you. I
appreciate you
love
having
you.
me.
I love you. You
Thank
could
you.
you most welcome. Continue to keep on keeping on. And like they say, keep the focus, keep your eyes on the prize, and know that God is with you every step of the way. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to continue to pray for you. And do know I'm going to have my assistant to text you my number anytime. I don't care day or night, whatever time of hour it is. You can call me if you need an ear. If you, hey, I don't cook now. So I'll do no cooking, but hey, if you need an ear, just know that I'm here for you. So again, please do. I'm gonna have my sister reach out to you anyway to get you booked back because I want them to hear about your career, and I'm definitely gonna play that video. I don't know who that player was, but you laid him out, son. I felt that. I felt that through through the phone. So Mr. Evans was a safety guy. So, but we'll bring Mr. Evans back before you guys. Keep him lifted up in prayer. And also share this broadcast. But most of all, love people. Love on one another. Life is too short and too precious to be bigger, arguing, fussing, or fighting. Live this thing that we call life and live it to your fullest. But do it in love. We love you here at It Had to Happen. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.